shipyards, but there's an important organizing effort going on there, specifically with the firemen at the shipyards, firefighters, I'm sorry. And so I want to bring up Bobby Godinez, who's an organizer with the International Brotherhood of Boilermakers Local 1998, to tell you a little bit about what's going on there at NASSCO.
Thank you, Lorena. First of all, I'm very humbled to be here, to be out here with everybody. I want you guys to give yourself a round of applause right now. Everybody coming out here. It's beautiful, it's beautiful. We are out here to honor a humble man. Cesar Chavez lives in our community. He lives through you guys that are here today. This is what he would want. We're gathering here today to bring up the injustices that our current workers are experiencing here in the San Diego community. So when we leave today, and we pick up our picket signs, we're going to chant loud and clear for all to hear, because we're going to let San Diego know that we don't back down. We're out here and we're struggling. In the 1980s, the CEO salary to worker ratio was 42-1. Unionized workforce for America was at 20%, just over 20%. Now, the numbers came out in January of this year. Unionized American workforce is 11%. And that CEO to worker ratio has skyrocketed to 343-1. That's because of all these deep pockets that the corporations have. They keep pumping money out, telling people that unions are not good for them, that they're going to take care of the workforce. Does that sound like they're taking care of the workforce? No! So it's up to us to continue that fight, to educate the workforce, let them know that it doesn't cost to be union, it pays to be union. Because you can go right now, Department of Labor, Bureau of Labor Statistics, and it'll tell you right there, it'll tell you those numbers, and it'll also tell you that an average union worker will make $200 more a month than a non-union worker. You take that to the bank. So what's going on down here in NASSCO, in September of 2011, we talked with some firefighters that had some issues down there at work. And we met with many of the firefighters, and it turns out that they were very interested in forming a union and becoming a boilermaker, shipyard worker. So it turns out we went ahead and within that first week of September, on September 6th, we filed for a representational election for the firefighters to become union. Immediately following, on September 9th, NASSCO terminated 40% of the firefighter workforce. 40% of the firefighters. Now, for many years, NASSCO has been the primary caregivers and the primary first responders for all NASSCO employees, including the Navy that has their ships housed in NASSCO. When they did this, they did it so abruptly, they didn't have any backup plan. They asked San Diego Fire if they could become primary. San Diego Fire says, no, we can't handle everything we got now and also become primary in NASSCO. You guys have been doing it for years. So now, what happens when somebody gets injured? Just last week, we had a gentleman, a friend of the family, as a matter of fact, a steel beam fell and crushed his ankle. Firefighter responded. A firefighter responded. One firefighter, when they're trained to respond in 4. This firefighter is having to ask production workers to help stabilize and secure the patient and put him into the ambulance. This lone firefighter had to ask another NASSCO worker to drive the ambulance. Now you tell me, who's to blame? NASSCO. Who's to blame? NASSCO. Who's to blame? NASSCO. So that's what's going on down at NASSCO, and we need to correct the injustices. And we're going to plan a day of action with the Labor Council, and I hope to see all of you out there and come out with one voice, as Cesar Chavez will want it. And we're going to demand justice for the firefighters and justice for all NASSCO employees. What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! When do we want it? Now! Thank you.